before yesterday. They convened, and CSC, IBC, RPP, and DCI convened the multi-agency task force. Because silos are dangerous and are very ineffective and bureaucratic. In 2022, we sat together with the Office of Director of Prosecution and the Chief Justice. We convened, and it was for a very good reason. When today, if you're charged, let's say with hate speech, it will take approximately 4 to 5 years by the time your case is heard and determined. And we knew for a fact politicians love that because Leo may arrest him too. Somebody will forget even 3 weeks later what you said. Yeah. So we sat together and had an issue, and we had a meeting with the Chief Justice. And I thank her because she established 5 special courts, okay, in 2022, specifically to hear hate speech issues and election offenses. And the ODP gave us 115 prosecutors. Okay? So what we did, and we gave notice to the political class, we say, listen, today, in this time, if we arrest you or charge you with hate speech, you have almost, actually, the Chief Justice promised less than 3 months. We're pushing for a month. From the time your case is heard and determined, you basically be in prison within a month. And you did not hear any politician misbehave in 2022. We didn't actually have, apart from what Lituri said about Modwadwa, there's really nobody I can tell you for free we had an issue with. So
are you saying that as a result of that, where you make it public that this is what is going to happen, then you set a precedent where people then will behave themselves? Deterrence, right? Right?
Yeah. So, and it actually worked because they knew for a fact you don't have 5 years now. You have 1 month. Actually, by the time you're arrested, by the time you're sentenced, you have exactly 1 month. And that's within the election period. Yeah. So we understood you will even have, you're not probably in the ballot to begin with.
Right.
So to answer your, that's why they did this, because it helps a lot in fast tracking, in creating a deterrence within the criminal justice system. So that also what we did also is give an assurance and make it very predictable what will happen, so that you know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. So in case you've arrested Weshimia Onesmus today, if you see him arrested and jailed within a month, you don't say, okay, how come his case was fast tracked and how comes it is everybody, this is exactly going to happen.
Because that's what's in the law right now.
It is a cooperation.
It's an agreement.
It's an agreement. It wasn't in the law right now. If you go within the laws, the criminal justice system right now, it takes forever.
Sure.
That's the reality.
So there is an understanding amongst these 4 parties that we'll do whatever we can to fast track anything that comes so that people can understand, because you're looking at the wider picture here, that you want to keep people safe, kind of like what Onesmus talks about here. You want to keep people safe. It's interesting because you and Mokom are namesakes, by the way. I just wanted to remind you that. I just wanted to remind you that okay. But that is so that for the greater good, for peace, that agreement has been arrived at. But I want to understand, because here we are, and everybody's the audience here, and when people are at a rally and they say certain things and it comes to the public, you're not quite sure. So which one is okay? When Kagusha says what he said, when Aiden Wali calls people, hyenas. Because he did. I mean, people always talk about how it can be misconstrued.
No,
what I
There's
said
no misconstruction of that.
Is not what I meant.
No.
I didn't mean hyena, the one in the bush. I meant another. I don't know. But can you say that? Or when people say that you don't have any votes here, it belongs to the mountain, kind of thing. What is allowed? Because maybe we can understand. Because my threshold. I mean, I could insult you within an inch of your life and somebody else wouldn't take offense. But what are we saying is a threshold that has been set that you cannot cross?
There is, I think I would underline what Moshe Onesmus has said here. And because here's a problem we have in our country. Right now, as we speak, we have serious problems in our country. And Kenya is really, really suffering, and people are going through a lot. And it's unfortunate that politicians, because I'm going to put that your question into context. Of our daily existence as Kenyans. Right now, if you go to Mombasa Road, right now, outside your studio right now, people are walking to work because they don't have fare.
Yes. Yeah.
To these industries back here.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're just struggling. People have been laid off. Companies have been shut down because of this, just the bad economic times we face. Now, it's very unfortunate when political leaders from both sides of the aisle are engaging. They're trying to see how far they can go to the edge.
Right.
You understand? How can I push the envelope and be offensive? Now, a lot of things they say actually is not so much illegal, it's just offensive. Sometimes we mistake that.
Okay.
Yeah, so somebody says very offensive things, they're like, how in the world why would they say that? It's so offensive. But guess what? Legally speaking, they haven't come to the threshold of incitement or hate speech. They just know how to push the envelope.
Yeah.
Now, I would urge, like he has said, and if you look at the political class, it's not many that actually do that. It's just, I usually call it the majority actually are within are reasonable and sensible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What I call the frequent flyers. The guys who are always constantly. We used to have the same thing in the city. We know who they are. We know they'll push the envelope because maybe they have nothing to sell. So I would flip it the coin like this to Kenyans. Please reject leaders, regardless of what they come from, who have nothing to offer to you but insults, and try to push the envelope because you have serious problems. Listen to a leader who says, okay, here's your problem economically, here's what I will proffer as a solution. Yeah, because if we have fiscal policies that are wrong, here's what I can fix. Because leaders we need, because in most countries, if you go to our neighboring countries, we don't have this we don't have these dances or politicians just pushing the envelope and being so offensive. Yeah, so I would also recommend and even for you as within the news media to just mute some of these people because you give them so much airtime, and the sensible ones you don't give them much airtime. We always give these noisemakers who are so offensive so much airtime, yet people who have serious policies that can fix our country, because they sound boring, because they're not exciting, because they don't offer insert in political rallies. We don't give them. So for me also,
a dog wags a tail, or a tail doesn't wag a dog.
I know. But you see, it is an ecosystem. What I'm trying to say is an ecosystem. Yeah. Because also, do you know why you do it? Because if you go to a political rally right now, and I've been to many of them, both when I was a professional, the commissioner, even right now. The politician who excites people is the one who really pushes the envelope and causes this. But if you come here and says, I have 5 agendas and talk about policy, guys, man, they have no time to listen to you. You understand? So for me, it's an ecosystem where we need to course correct. We have to course correct everybody, the political class, beginning with them, but also the population, because why they start is because people like listening to such.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's